Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 12 of season 3 here at Sunderland. This is the regular season finale. I say regular season finale because it might not be the outright season finale. We currently sit a point inside the top 2, so we know if we win all 3 of today's games, we will be promoted to the Premier League. However, if we don't win all of today's 3 games, Forest and Leeds both stand the chance of overtaking us and getting themselves into that second spot, and they will get automatic promotion to the Premier League, meaning that we would have to take part in the playoffs. We don't have the best of experience in the playoffs so far in this save, having lost to Scunthorpe in the first season when trying to get ourselves from League 1 into the Championship. So I'm apprehensive, shall I say, at the beginning of this episode as to how this is actually going to go. I really do not know what to expect in today's 3 games, with not the most difficult of fixtures, but when has that ever stopped me from underperforming and not getting the results I should do? We start with Derby at home. We have Hull away, and then 2 days later, which might play a big factor, we've Norwich City at home. Why it's just 2 days later, I'm not sure, but that's going to be a real test. So we're going to have to try our absolute best to ensure that we're in a great position after the Derby and Hull game so that we don't definitely need a victory in that game against Norwich. Jimmy Dunn would like to leave. He's issued a transfer request. Not what we want to hear, because Jimmy Dunn is a player I would like to keep at the club longer term. He's still young at 23. He's grown to 74. Let me just quickly check his potential actually here on FIFA. Let's have a look. Jimmy Dunn starts at 68, potential of 78. So does have the potential to grow a lot further than he currently has done. Stephen Colker is older and actually supposedly only has potential of 72, but he's grown to 73 for us here in this save. But he is 29 now. And I think Jimmy Dunn is probably going to be my starting centre-back next year as we look to replace Stephen Colker, who has been superb, don't get me wrong. And if it wasn't FIFA, I'd certainly be keeping him. But because it's FIFA and his stats are going to start to drop because career mode is stupid, then I think next season we're going to be looking to move Stephen Colker on, or at least dropping him to the reserves bench, because there's the potential of not much happening in the Premier League or next season transfer-wise, but we'll go into that at the appropriate time. For now, though, we're going to concentrate on Derby. We know from the outset, 3 wins today, promotion to the Premier League. Don't get 3 wins today, it's in the balance. Antonelli driving down the line, follows Yosefsu. Return. Akwitam forwards. This is Jack Marriott. I can't remember what the score was last time we played Derby. I remember them being actually quite a difficult test, but I might be mistaken. Lovely ball by Maguire looking for Jack Clark, who's just finalised the move to Tottenham in real life. So that's the first signing Tottenham have made in a couple of years now. And as I'm reading on my Twitter line, literally as I'm recording this episode, they might be making another signing as well in Tanguy Ndombele. So it appears Daniel Levy and Tottenham Hotspur are making moves in the transfer window in real life, as we, in this save, haven't made a single signing this season. Oh, it's a lovely through ball to Yosefsu. We're almost taking after Tottenham's transfer policy the past couple of seasons by trying to do what we can with what we've got. And that might be the case for next season as well, mainly because of the intervention of real-life things happening on my recording schedule, as Thorne doesn't draw a save from the goalkeeper and pops that shot wide on his left foot. Tried to bend it, but didn't quite get the technique right on his left foot. Holmes will marry it with the effort, but comfortable for Bettinelli. Bowl that out there to Lyndon Gooch. Derby have had the first chances of the game. Sent low through and still could. Jamal Lowe make the right run. He has done, and he's onside here. Curtis Davies trying to close me down, but Jamal Lowe works the angle and scores the goal. Sunderland 1, Derby 0. Breathe. It's not just this game that we've got to win. There's 2 more after this as well, but it's a good start. Here's Marriott. It's a lovely ball looking for Holmes. Cross comes in. It's okay. Oh, the defender missed it. Yosef soon races in at the back post. I don't know whether... Oh, I don't know what happened there, where there was miscommunication between the defender and keeper, and the defender went to go for it and then left it, and the keeper didn't say anything because the defender thought he was going to come for it. I'm not sure. Thankfully, Yosef soon didn't turn that home, nor even get it on target for forcing a corner. That's a little bit lucky there. Derby have been okay in these first few moments and causing us issues, but Sean Maguire can cause them yet more issues as we're already 1-0 up. And now it's 2 on the counter from their chance. In the 32nd minute, that's Sunderland 2, Derby 0. That should be 1 of 3 victories assured at the first opportunity. Marriott, effort blocked. Marriott falls back to him, Bettinelli holds on. Derby have had just as many chances as I have to score goals in this game, but so far they haven't gotten the ball in the back of the net, and we have twice. Jack Marriott, crosshead to Holmes. Around the outside, good tackle by Max Lowe, but Holmes might get to it first. No, Max Lowe's done superbly well. Everybody to a man in this first team so far is performing as we need them to in this game here against Derby to get the victories we need to give us automatic promotion. 5 to go till half-time. Marriott, Holmes, still Derby attack, forcing a corner here in stoppage time. If they get one back now, still in question. 60% possession Derby have had in this first half. 60%. I'm on the back foot for the majority of this first half, and they have pulled one back with a header there from the corner. Dominating aerially there. Not sure who it was. Who's their number 46 for Derby County? I've absolutely no idea, but he's risen brilliantly there, as you'll be able to see from the replay. Up above 2 other players and powers home the header. Derby have pulled one back through Scott Malone, the left back. At half-time, Nottingham Forest 1-0 down to Millwall. Leeds aren't playing. Huge opportunity if Forest are to lose on this match day to rule out one of our potential opposition for that second spot. Derby dominating the game so far, but behind on the score sheet. Big second half upcoming. We need to be resolute defensively, and if we can get ourselves 2 clear again for a second time, I think we might need to. Here's Jack Marriott back there to Bandinelli. We'll see to Jaden Bogle.
Substitution coming up.
Bandinelli to Holmes to Bandinelli again. A couple of their players running slightly lower on stamina, which might help us in the final 10 minutes or so, but for the time being they're all right to continue. Obviously they do have the opportunity to make substitutions. Is that perfectly weighted? Yes, it is. Oh, and Jamolo takes in his stride well to score again. No, great save from Nardi. Point blank range right in front of him, and he's showing the reactions to get an arm to it. Was on its way in for sure as a top stop from the keeper. Well, they scored from a corner in the first half. Can we in the second? No, Bandinelli heads that away. Scott Malone, their goal scorer, now going off. And it's Forsyth that's come on to be done. Oh, it's off the line. It hits a defender, goes across the goal line, and then cleared by a second defender. Cannot believe that that has not gone in there from the corner. Jimmy Dunn into the starting lineup ahead of Stephen Corker, who might well be finding his first team football coming to an end here at the Stadium of Light in the not too distant future. Brilliant header. Comes down. Where does it hit this defender? His arm is out, but it does hit him in the... let's try and angle an angle there. It does hit him in the chest. So it's not handball on the line. It's hit him in the chest. Then goes across the goal line, and I believe he's actually on its way in. Let's line up the goalposts. Yeah, it's on its way in, look. It's on its way in and hacked away by the number 33 off the line. On such things, promotion could be decided. If other results don't go our way and we end up not winning this game and winning the other 2, we end up not being promoted automatically because the ball didn't cross the line by about 3 inches, then I'll be absolutely devastated. That's blocked by Drew Yearwood, and Derby have themselves a corner. Jaden Bogle going off for a teammate. Desart is going to take this corner. Andre Wisdom has come on for Jaden Bogle, so it's like for like at right back. Jamal Lowe will chase after this but not get there first. Alex Pearce knocks it down. Lennon into Thorne. Back to Aaron Lennon again. George Thorne to Andre Wisdom. That substitute has just come on. Jack Marriott's there on the edge of the box. Cleared all not away by the defender. But Done really well there, Drew Yearwood. And Jamal Lowe looks to turn the defender that was with him. Curtis Davis cleared the ball off the line a moment ago, but he might not be able to do anything. All stay on your feet. He's done brilliantly there, Jamal Lowe. Shows the balance. Maguire, round the corner to Jack Clark. No, saved by Nardi again. This is really, really tense stuff now. Oh, ball cleared away. Lowe knocks it down. Drew Yearwood shot blocked another corner. Time is running out on us now, but we do still have the lead. It feels frantic, but we are still actually winning this game. Nardi with the save yet again. Our advantage is still there, but I still feel like Derby could do something at the end of the game. I desperately want to get this 2-goal advantage back again. Jack Clark will lift it over the top. Sean Maguire on the volley, wide of the target. Cross there to Lennon. George Thorne. Lennon, Thorne, Bandinelli. Lennon blocked well. Derby play some great stuff in this game, but they haven't been able to get that second goal. All of their chances, it just will not come together for them in front of goal. And it might come together for us. We've scored on the counter-attack with Sean Maguire once in this game. Oh, off the post. Ravel Morrison turns it home. We've scored off the counter-attack against Derby again. Victory assured. Very, very lucky, mind. Off the post with Sean Maguire, who's still gunning for that golden boot. So we'll be disappointed personally that that hasn't gone in for him. But I'm sure in the grand scheme of things, he's not overly fussed if it means that we're in a great position to get ourselves automatic promotion. Squeezed that home there, Ravel Morrison. His 15th goal of the season, a milestone for him. Might be one that puts us a big step closer to the Premier League. And with the delivery, away by Max Lowe, only as far as Dessart. Here's Marriott. Through the gap, George Thorne. It's blocked and fallen loose. And, oh, Tamori on the line. Well, not on the line, but in a 6-yard box, clears it away. Poor clearance, and then he's let that flow. Was the keeper going to react? I'm not sure. No, it was past him. It was past the keeper. Tamori in the chest. Wow. Cross to come in here. If they do score a second in stoppage time again, as they did in the first half, which they still might do, thankfully, due to our third. Oh, it's gone in! Keeps! We are so, so glad now that Ravel Morrison scored that third, because we would have picked up a point here. Bettinelli off his line, and then he's moving to his left. I don't know why he went so far to his right in the first place. Positional sense all over the place from Bettinelli there. One of the few mistakes he's made all season. That squeezes home at the near post, but thanks to that 87th minute goal from Ravel Morrison, we will take 3 points. Goal difference is in our favour, so we don't really need to worry about that too much. This is so intense. Forest brought one back against Millwall, but still lose. We're 4 points clear of Nottingham Forest. One more win and they'll be out of the picture. Leeds. Leeds lost as well. We're 3 points clear with a game in hand. One more point. One more point. Leeds and Forest have absolutely bottled it. Interest shown in Malpe, that's fine. We're not interested in him anymore. One more point here against Hull City, and we will be confirmed as a Premier League team for next season. Please, lads.
Intercepting.
Henriksen looking out wide there to Ramadan Sobi. Mackenzie forward, but given away. Yearwood into Jamal Lowe. Sean Maguire was making the move. He's made another one. Over the top, Sean Maguire. Take that in his stride. He chested it into the path of the defender, but he still lashed the shot away. But down towards the left-hand side of the goal and pulled it past the post. 10 minutes in. We actually don't have to do anything in this game other than keep a clean sheet. And we're in the Premier League next year. All we've got to do is just get 1 point from 2 games in 3 days. 1 point, 2 games, 3 days. We can do it. We can do it. Ravel Morrison scoops that over the top, looking for Lyndon Gooch. It's a decent ball. We're going to bring that down. He's turned well. Gooch, and the cross is in, but it's not the best. Burt can't clear it far though. Low to Yearwood. Back to Max Lowe. Drew Yearwood. There's Jamal Lowe looking for Lyndon Gooch, who's found well into the middle, looking for Ravel Morrison, and Carl Stewart does brilliantly to get rid of it. Corner to come in from Ravel Morrison on that far side. It's a good delivery. Keeper's going to come and punch. Jamal Lowe underneath it. Drew Yearwood's there on the edge of the box. I'm just going to try and work some space and try and get a shot away. Can't quite do it. Oh, Jack Clark can work the space to get the shot away. No! And again, past that left-hand post, similar to Sean Maguire earlier on. Terrell to Carlos Cuevas. Cross can come in. It does. It's deep. It's decent. Oh, Sheaf. So close to giving Hull the lead here at the very end of the half. Just out the way of James Justin at the back, or Max Lowe even at the back post. But side netting is all he could find. That was nervy. That was very nervy. Win that, Sean Maguire. He hasn't been able to. As things stand, we are going up though. We're doing what we need to so far in this first half. As long as that continues, I'll be thrilled. And if we could get ourselves a goal to go in front before half-time, then that will put us in an even more commanding position. Looking for Jamal Lowe! Got to do better than that. Got to do better than that. Morrison in there to Jamal Lowe. Out wide to Lyndon Gooch. Lowe's there again. And we go backwards. Literally what they're saying in commentary is if it ends as it stands, we will be promoted, and that is correct. As we mentioned, and as we saw, just a point needed to get automatic promotion. Space for Jack Clark. Cross it into the middle. Oh, might even go in on its own! Maguire crosses the ball across the line. It wasn't anywhere near what I intended with the cross from Jack Clark, but that would have gone in on its own. Maguire didn't need to do that. He sprinted after it though. I didn't press anything. I was quite happy to let that just spin across the line for a really awkward goal for Jack Clark, but Maguire, well, he didn't need to be that extravagant, did he? But it was on its way in. Unbelievable from Jack Clark. And on the line, Sean Maguire steals the goal from him. I bet Jack Clark's probably annoyed that he's taken that goal off him, but at the same time, Sean Maguire is after that golden boot, as we mentioned in the last game. And to reiterate, that's put us in an even more commanding position to get promotion to the Premier League. So, yes, Jack Clark might be annoyed personally, but again, grand scheme of things, superb for the side to take the lead. We can now afford to concede a goal and still go up. Of course, keeping a clean sheet was the main aim in both of this game and the one against Norwich. And if we do it here against Hull, now that we've taken a 1-0 lead, we won't just scrape across the line, we'll sprint over it. John Terrell played down the left-hand side. Little fake cross, and then does get the ball in, but Jimmy Dunn heads away, only as far as Carl Stewart. In there to Kingsley. Ooh, that was really poor. Needs to be better than that if Hull wanted to get themselves level in this game. Ball's going to drop to Kingsley again though. Terrell to Nuadiko. Tackled by Ravel Morrison. It's going to squirt free and they'll take the free kick. Apparently that was a foul. Substitutions for me. Substitution for them. Ramadan Sobhi to take the free kick. Jokic is on for Liam Ridgewell. And John Terrell. Oh, that was a hell of a free kick. I want to see a replay of that if there is going to be one. Incredible strike. Ramadan Sobhi with a wonderful free kick. And Bettinelli has done well to get all the way across there. He's dipping under the bar there. Oh, postage stamp stuff right in the corner. That was unreal from Ramadan Sobhi. Almost wish that had gone in. Oh, headed away by Lyndon Gooch. Sobhi. Oh, trying to get it off him with Lyndon Gooch. It's about the strength that Ramadan Sobhi wins. Here's Nuadiko to Sobhi again. Blocked by Tomori. Hit him in the nuts. It's going to come to Henriksen. And in a similar style finish. To the second for Derby in the last game. Squeezed home at the near post. But doesn't change the fact that we will still be promoted if things end as they are. We won't do it with a clean sheet, but we are still looking like we will get the point we need. But it was extremely tense against Derby, and now in the remaining 4 minutes, the tension is back again. If they score another Hull, we're going to have to do it against Norwich instead. Ratiu turns well. Looks for Jamal Lowe. Sean Maguire. There's space for Jack Clark. I'm going to float it to the back post. And immediately we could have fired back and gone in front again. Couldn't find him at the back stick there. Went with a diving header and couldn't get to the ball. Carl Stewart. Forward to Nuadiko. 3 minutes added on at the end of the game. We're in the second minute of those now. The keeper's come for this. You need to get there. Bettinelli with a big throw. Get away. Anywhere will do. Sam Nicholson gets underneath it. And that hopefully... Oh no, Ratiu's caught in possession. He's Henriksen. Nervy times at the end of the game. Goes for the strike. It's a corner to Hull. In the 95th of 3 minutes added on, John Terrell could mean, or could send, the second automatic promotion spot. Race to the final game of the season. Marcus Bettinelli is worth his weight in gold. Premier League football for Sunderland next season. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a horrendous way to do it. Oh, wow. We will be in the Premier League next season with Sunderland Football Club. Forest win 3-1 against Preston. Leeds draw 1-1 against Reading. And we've still got a game to play. So I think everyone else has played all 46 games. And somehow ourselves, Stoke, Norwich, who are our opponents, and Wigan, who are Stoke's opponents, still have an extra game to play. But, as you can see from the players' celebrations at the end of that game and the league table, a point clear of Forest, 3 clear of Leeds, second in the table. Premier League football for Sunderland next season. We shall simulate this one against Norwich because we don't need to play it. A loan offer has come in for Harrison Green, so I shall reject for the time being. We'll do a season roundup at the end of the episode today then, because that will be the Premier League, this Championship season done and dusted. We shall certainly be having a mess around with the training sessions before next season as well. There are a few players that don't need training anymore. They're certainly good enough to continue growing of their own accord at the level they're at. Most notably people like George Harrison. But for the time being, we shall simulate this game here against Norwich, and then we can push forward towards the end of the season and round things up and get ready for the Premier League next year. Can we end with a bang on the final day? There's no point playing the game. It's just a waste of your and my time. Raggett with a yellow card. Half an hour played, nothing else happened. 40 minutes played, just another yellow card. Barley Mumba with a goal for Sunderland. The teeny tiny little man makes it 1-0. 15 to go. 10 to go. Injury for Edwards, but victory for Sunderland. Stoke get a 1-1 draw, I think that said. Stoke finished 10 points clear of us. 8.4 million added to the transfer budget. Morgan Edwards out for 8 weeks, but he should be back by the beginning of the next season. Right, I'm going to go advance as far as I can, just to get the maximum out of my training and make sure that all of the competitions are rounded up, and then we'll have a full-on season roundup at the end of the episode. Right, we've come to the end of the season. It's time to have a look at all of the competitions we were involved in, have a look at how our players grew this year, which is actually quite well across the board. And we'll have a think about what we might do in the Premier League next season. We'll start with the competitions that we were involved in. Obviously, saw that Stoke won the league by 10 points from ourselves, who ended up 4 points clear of Nottingham Forest and 6 points clear of Leeds, who, between them, both absolutely bottled the chance of getting themselves into the Premier League next season, at least via automatic promotion. Forest could have done it. Leeds could have done it. As it happens, we won all 3 of our games. No, we didn't. We drew against Hull. What am I even talking about? As it happens, we won 2 and drew 1 of our games. We drew against Hull. So they could actually, if they won all 3 of their games, Forest or Leeds, beaten us to that second spot. But they bottled it hard. Really, really hard. Also, this season, we were involved in the FA Cup, but it was Chelsea that won on penalties there against Everton. Congratulations to them. In the Carabao Cup, it was Tottenham that beat Chelsea in that particular competition. So Chelsea reaching 2 finals this year, winning 1 and losing the other. In the playoffs for the Championship, wow, Leeds and Forest both together got to the final, and Leeds get promoted to the Premier League on penalties. Leeds United, a Premier League team once again. In the Champions League this year, we'll wait and see who won that competition. We've seen some really odd and strange winners of the Champions League and Europa League in this save so far, but Atletico Madrid beat Liverpool in that particular competition by 2-0 in the final. And in the Europa League this season, the winners on this particular occasion were, when it loads, Barcelona. That's the second time Barcelona have won the Europa League in this save. Pretty sure Barca won the Europa League in Season 1 as well. What is happening at the Camp Nou? No idea what's going on there. With regards player stats this year, the Golden Boot was won by Sean Maguire. Played 39 games, scored 22 goals. By the looks of things, if Nelson Oliveira had played as many games, he might well have scored some more. But Maguire with the Golden Boot in League One and the Golden Boot in the Championship as well. Ravel Morrison, our second highest league goal scorer there with 15. Carvalho for Nottingham Forest. I don't know why my brain picked out Carvalho. No idea whatsoever. I'm looking for, there he is, Jamal Lowe on 12 goals for us this year in the Championship. Any other Sunderland players there? No. Assist-wise, Jamal. Wow! 22 assists for Jamal Lowe. Drew Eward with 11. Any other Sunderland players there? 22. That's insane. Ravel Morrison with 5 assists. Sean Maguire with 5. But 22 assists for Jamal Lowe. Wow! Jack Butland gets the Golden Glove. Bettinelli just the 11 clean sheets in 39 games. But he was still very, very impressive for us in every competition that we played in this year. Very pleased with that signing. In the other big leagues, in the Premier League, Tottenham Hotspur win the league by 3 points from Everton in second, Manchester City third and Arsenal fourth, United fifth, Liverpool sixth, Chelsea only 7th. Scenes. We will not be playing Aston Villa, Bournemouth or Cardiff next year. All relegated from the Premier League. In League One, coming up into the Championship, are Rotherham and Queen's Park Rangers. Rotherham with 109 points. Wow. Queen's Park Rangers promoted. One of Oxford, Shrewsbury, Barnsley or Ipswich will come up via the playoffs. And in League 2, Scunthorpe with 111 points get promoted. Charlton and Forest Green also will join them in League 1. Bury, Doncaster, Northampton and Oldham will fight it out in the playoffs. Cambridge United finish a lofty 14th. Congratulations to them. In League 1, PSG win by 2 points from Monaco. In the Bundesliga, Leverkusen win on goal difference, plus 31, plus 34 goal difference ahead of Borussia Dortmund. Bayern only 4th. In Serie A, Milan win the league by 13 points ahead of Juventus. Some real shock things happening in some of the big leagues. And Real Madrid win the league by 3 points ahead of Valencia. There's the front door. Give me a second. And we're back. Something at the door. What I didn't check actually was who got relegated from the Championship. Relegated from our division are Birmingham City, Plymouth Argyle and Preston North End. Looks like he went all the way to the final day there, with Birmingham just 3 points away from bottom, or in bottom, from 21st place Luton. Preston and Plymouth relegated on the final day as well, unfortunately for both of those teams. Blackburn played Norwich on the 31st of July. Wait, what? Oh, it was the opening game of the season. Okay, I was like, I haven't even gotten to the 31st of July. Why were they playing on the 31st of July? I'm still in June. It's because it was at the other end of the season. That's why. So, how did we do with regards to the board expectations? We didn't meet a couple of them. The youth ones we didn't do at all this year. We're concentrating on the youth that we've got. Brand exposure. Oh, really? We sold 99% of £15 million worth of shirt sales. I thought we'd easily do that. Didn't sign a crucial player to the midfield or forward positions. We didn't make any signings this year as far as I can recall. We did gain automatic promotion and we did get to the round of 32 of the FA Cup, and obviously no continental success expectations. So the board, well, they could be a lot happier with us, but 84 as a manager rating isn't the worst in the world. We are taking a large chunk of money across with us to the Premier League season next year. But what happens in the Premier League transfer window next year, I haven't yet decided. And we'll find out more about that in episode 1 of season 4. Have a look at how everyone grew this year, though. Alfie Watson up 5 to 69 rated now. We have been training him slightly heavier. Well, no, not heavier. We've been training him at the same rate as Cooper, but he's had the first dibs on that first team spot. Cooper also up 5 to 71, but positioning wise Cooper is awful, still just 56 with his positioning. It's his diving that's kind of artificially boosting his overall rating. He's kicking 79, so that too is having a large effect on his overall. The other stats, 73, 56, 69, they're not that impressive, whereas Alfie Watson is more of an all-round keeper. Bettinelli's up 1 though, without training of course, to 76, though again it's his improvement in kicking that's probably triggered that. John McLaughlin is just old. Morgan Turner up 4 at 74 for right back now, looking like he could be a really solid player. 82 stand tackle, good on the ball as well, decent crossing, good heading too. Acceleration's only 71, but sprint speed is up 6 to 82. Quite happy to have him as a backup right back now, I think. Liam Bennett up 3 to 71 this year. He's looking very, very impressive at centre back. Can actually play in centre mid as well, apparently, but his passing is 76, but he's not amazing in possession. 76 ball control's okay. his tackling stats could certainly continue to improve, but physically he's looking very good indeed. Liam Bennett will certainly be involved in first team football next year. Jimmy Dunn up 2. He's very, very unhappy and wants to leave, but he is going to see himself start more often now than Stephen Colker, who's 29 years of age. He's up 1 though to 73 this year, even though his potential was only 72, so not entirely too sure how that's happened, but I'm glad that it has. Tomori's up 2 to 77. He's continuing to grow really well. Max Lowe up 2 to 76 at left back, without training of course as well. Really pleased with his growth. James Justin is playing at right back but still growing, even though he's defaulted as a left back, up to 77. Again, without training, up to 77 rated now, James Justin. He is phenomenal at right back. Morgan Edwards is great as a backup left back as well. 69 rated, currently being trained, and those improvements quite clear to see there in the stats as well, but he's growing really well. Grant Ledbetter is 35 now and has signed the contract extension, similarly with Lee Catamol, who actually now, unfortunately, in real life has left Sunderland. So maybe I should sell Lee Catamol on to imitate what's happened in real life. In fact, I might well do that. Jamie Ward is up 4 to 70 with training. Physically looking very impressive already, other than his balance, agility and composure. Technically could still do with some improving, so that we will continue to train him next year. Jack Clark up 3 to 77. Very good season for Jack Clark this year. 10 goals, 3 assists for him. Really pleased with Jack Clark's continual growth. Lyndon Gooch up 2. I say only, 9 goals, 6 assists from him in all competitions. He's still decent from the right-hand side of midfield. Up to 77 rated now. Ed Murphy with training up to 75. Probably going to stop training him now and let him grow off his own back and see how well he does like that. Got the 1 goal and 2 assists. Ratiu, 70 rated. No growth from him now, but I don't expect any growth from him. He's got 5-star weak foot, so he's decent. He's a good squad player for Premier League level. Barley Mumba, I'll continue to train because technically he could become very impressive. Even if he's not able to have an impact on the first team, he might be someone we can sell on in a year's time to raise funds to bring someone else in. Drew Eward up 2 to 75. Continuing to grow really well. I will remove him from the training modules now. Sam Nicholson up 1 to 72. It's mainly his pace that is his overall appeal as a player, but still decent. Did he score any? He got 5 goals apparently and 1 assist. Ravel Morrison up 1 to 79. He's great. 16 goals and 6 assists from the centre of midfield. Really pleased with his continual growth. Harrison Green, 5-star skills actually on Harrison Green, which I wasn't aware of. Up 5 to 65 with training. We shall continue to train him. George Harrison with training is up 6 to 76. We shall stop training him now. Technically, he's looking very good. Finishing could still do with a little bit more improving, but at 75, it's still pretty decent. 5-star weak foot, 3-star skills, 2 goals and 6 assists for George Harrison, but certainly he's one for the future. Jamal Lowe, 4-star, 4-star. Up 1 to 74, he's rapid. Can finish very well. Despite only 67 finishing, 12 goals, 22 assists in the Championship. What a season for Jamal Lowe. Kim Pyoka, up 2 out on loan. Still going to loan him or sell him. Jonathan Watson, up 6 to 75. Still not sure what to do with him. He's tall at 6'3", has decent strength. His sprint speed is going up. It's 80 currently, and his technicals are improving. Perhaps I just need more game time with him to become more accustomed to him. Sean Maguire, no growth from him this year, but 29 goals in all competitions, although 5 came in pre-season. So 22 goals in 39 league games, 2 in 4 FA Cup, 6 assists in those competitions as well. He and Jamal Lowe were quite the partnership this year, and again, both very instrumental in us getting the promotion that we deserved. Wasn't expecting to do as well as we did this year, but we've done tremendously well. We'll see in the next episode tomorrow, in episode 1 of season 4, how much money we've got to spend for the Premier League window. And like I say, things are probably going to be slightly out of the ordinary for the beginning of season 4 because of my going away on holiday. So I'm, at this stage of recording, unsure what I'm going to do. I may query it on Twitter, or I might just make a decision for recording episode 4. But for now, that's the end of this episode and this season. But season 4 will start tomorrow. So do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on our debut Premier League season. And I'll see you there.